Welcome back, everybody, to Catching Up with Cassie J. We are back with another review. Today we're doing Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is episode number 5. We are moving along. It's starting to get good, you guys. So, we are just going to jump right into this. It is finishing up at Prima Donna's party. Not a whole lot happened. I felt like Prima Donna got a little bit out of her character a little bit. She kept it classy for a minute. I like how she said when the pig came out, she was like, oh, so Jocelyn brought a pig to us, you guys. Oh, I see she used my seasonings. That was cute. I felt like she was going along with it. But then she got out of character when she started saying she was going to meet her at her next event. She was going to catch her out. That's when I felt like she kind of went down a little bit to Jocelyn's level. Nonetheless, she went on back to her party because at the end of the day, that was her event. That was for her to show everybody that she's back. She's the boss that she is. And that's why I wanted her to not go down to Jocelyn's level, because that was Jocelyn being Jocelyn. We're going to move right along to Joy, Trina, and Bobby Light. They are sitting down having a lunch. Trina's talking about the tour. She decides that she wants to do a boot camp leading up to the tour to make sure that these girls is ready for what tour life is going to be about. Plus, she wants to just see what these girls are going to bring to the table and to get this production together. Because if anybody's done any kind of production, any kind of show, whether you're in drama, chorus, anything that involves a production, you have to prepare, do mock-ups, anything. You have to get it together, the show together. Because you don't want to get out there and do no impromptu for no show. You want to know who's going first. You want to know who's going last. Heck, even if you ran track, you got to see who going first, who going last, who going second, third, fourth. So that's what that whole boot camp was for. She wanted to see who was the strongest. I don't want to say necessarily the weakest, but so on and so forth. So that way she can put the show together the best, so that they can have the best flow for the show. While they were sitting there talking, Joy let it be known that she did mess up things for Trick and Nikki by saying the whole thing about Briscoe and Nikki having a sexual relationship. And like he said, I did not have sexual relationships with that woman. And she had to go back and tell Trick the truth, that she kind of put the cart before the horse. She didn't get all the accurate information. And we know Trick said, whatever, it don't even matter because I'm in love with you. I don't even care. I still want you. I don't want her. Joy then let them know because of that, she wanted to do a blind date and try to hook Trick up so that he can move on from her. She really just wants him to move on because she feels that's the only way that she's going to get rid of him is if she gets him under somebody else. I don't think that's going to matter. I think that even if he gets with somebody else, as we see, he going to leave her alone for a while, but he not going to ever leave her alone enough to sign no papers. Because that was Nikki's issue. Like, you won't sign no papers. Bobby and Trina didn't think it was a good idea. They don't feel like, I guess they probably feel like the rest of us, like, that ain't going to matter. He going to still want you around. And I feel like he's even said that before. Like, I still want her around. Like, I don't want nobody else to have her. But I don't want to be with her yet right now. But it's weird. It's just too much. So, Joy also let Trina know with talking to Trick about what happened. She also talked to Nikki, and Nikki apologized, and she wanted Trina to give her a second chance to be on the tour. Trina said, absolutely not. I don't like the girl. Like, I don't want her to be a part of my show. So Bobby was like, no, let the girl come to the boot camp. Let her see what a real show is like. Let her see what real talent is like. These other girls are 10 times better than her. Let her see that she can't stand up, hold a candle to these girls. Let her come. So Trina was like, fine, whatever. Let her come. She'll run herself out. Prima Donna is also in the studio doing music. All these people doing music, but I ain't never heard none of it. I ain't heard the music from Bobby either. Bobby signed to a label. I ain't heard none from him either. Okay. So, Prima Donna's in the studio with Trick. Well, she's in the studio, and then Trick comes to the studio to hear her. So, she's doing her music. He says it's hot. It's fire. If you like that sort of thing. He asks her what made her want to do that particular song. And she was just like, I just want everybody to see that I'm more than just the prima donna waist trainer, seasonings. And she goes down the list of all her businesses a little bit. She wants people to know that she got bars. I said, okay, girl, you got bars. She also goes into her issue with Jocelyn because Trick was saying he didn't understand what that whole situation was about. He said he didn't like it. That's just not the type of energy and stuff that he wants to be around. So what's the deal? So she lets him know what her issue is with Jocelyn, and just basically was like, she's just a fake person, and she's just really a negative person. She's just bad energy. She's doing all this just to get a storyline. She's trying to use me and trying to have an issue with me and so on and so forth. And she was like, but I'm a real one and she don't want that with me and so on and so forth. Okay. I personally feel like both of y'all are benefiting from this beef that Jocelyn supposedly has with you. Y'all are both getting a check from it because honestly, if she didn't have a beef with you, what would be the purpose of either one of y'all being on the show? So Amara talks to her mother about the situation that she's in with firing Julian. I wanted to know why it seemed like Amara was talking so loudly to her mother. Her tone just seemed, not like she was yelling, like being disrespectful, but her tone just seemed very loud. Nonetheless, her mother gave her some good advice, I felt. She said, you need to talk to Julian. You guys have had this business relationship for a long time. He deserves to have this sit-down conversation if you're going to go your separate ways. If that's what you choose to do, regardless, whatever decision you make, you need to make it for you. Do not let outside influences make them for you. Because it seems like her mother was a little upset that MJ has come into her life and he's been making a lot of decisions for her, a lot of choices, and he shouldn't be able to make such choices for things that involve her career, because her career is her livelihood, and she's basically like, no one should be able to do that for you. Like, this is where your bread and butter is. No one should be able to make those kind of choices that are going to affect that. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy goes ahead and does this blind date, despite her family telling her no. The problem with the blind date for me was the girl was a lady from her church. She invites her to the club, to the bar, club. When she gets there, she lets her know, I brought you here as a favor to me. I'm trying to hook you up with my husband. Because they still married. And she said, okay. She was like, girl, he's still in love with me. But I just think that if he finds the right one, he'll move on. So her friend was looking like, okay, girl. All right. Okay. And it's like, so you think I'm the right one. That's very awkward and uncomfortable. But the other issue that I had was the fact that the girl didn't even look like Trick's type. You didn't put no real effort into this. No real thought. Trick comes in and she's like, hey Trick, this is my friend. Trick was like, is she here for me? She's like, yeah, I think that you two will get along. And Trick was just like, he laughed in her face like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I don't want you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have no conversation with you. And the girl really was trying. Like, she was, hey, you know, my name is, hey, what do you like? Like, she's trying to engage. And Trick is just really like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be rude to you. But I don't want to talk to you. I don't have any interest in you. Please stop trying to talk to me. She was like, so, she said, I can cook fried chicken. He was like, please stop trying. I don't want to do this. So then she was like, I've been to your restaurant. And he was like, okay. She said, I mean, your chicken is good, but your greens, they could use some help. And he was like, so then I guess she felt like, I'm going to take a different route. I tried to be nice, so now I'm going to insult you. And then that'll make you want to talk. He was like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with my greens. She said, yeah, it is. She said, I mean, what you put in them? He said, how you going to insult my greens and ask me what I put in them? She was like, I'm just saying, I could help you. I could help make your greens better. So at that point, that's when Joy walks back, because she had walked off, tried to leave him alone for a little bit. He was like, get this girl away from me. She's like, what? What's wrong? You know, y'all not making a connection. He was like, I don't want her. Now, he already done told her he didn't want to talk to her. Please stop trying. He said she was blocking him from getting to Joy, because that's who he was trying to get back with. He didn't want nobody else but Joy. But the girl still was trying. So she realized he really ain't going nowhere. Like, he's going to stay with Joy. He wants to be with Joy. So Joy was like, fine, I'll just walk into the car. He said, yeah, do that. Joy, he not going to leave you. Just leave it be. Just stop trying to get rid of him. So we move on to Suki doing a music video. And she invites her friend Chameleon and Hood Brat to the video shoot. So they're talking about getting ready to do this boot camp they just found out that they have to do. I like their energy about it, though. They laughed about it like, oh, we about to be doing it. We about to be running and stuff. And they was laughing about it. But nonetheless, they were happy. And they said that they were going to do whatever it took because they wanted to be a part of this show. And they wanted to get this money. And they wanted to get this exposure. And they were honored to be able to still do it. So Hood Brat lets them know. Well, I also heard that Nikki Natural going to be there too. Suki let them know, well, I got a problem with that girl because she stole my phone and that cost me 15 stacks in bookings. And I'm a mother with kids and that's a problem for me. You can't, that took money out of my house. So when I see her, we're going to have to have a conversation. We're going to have a problem, so on and so forth. Of course, her girls is like, well, girl, let me know what we got to do. I'm here for you. I'm down to, do whatever. Besides the girl being childish and petty, I want to know why Nikki took her phone, too. I just don't understand what the purpose was, other than her just wanting to be childish and petty. She's real young-minded to me. Very immature. Amara meets with Julian. MJ comes, which of course is going to be a problem. Julian basically tells Amara, we've been friends, business partners for so long, like 7 years now. You could have just sat down with me and told me that you were unhappy. And we could have tried to work it out. And if we couldn't, you could have just told me at that point, I want to walk away. Amara was like, well, I felt like if I would have told you that I want to walk away, here I am seeing that you're saying that you want to take everything, you want to keep everything. Julian's response was kind of like, well, the reason why I said that was because you went to your lawyers. Yeah, if you're going to go that route, then I'm keeping everything. You didn't come to me as your friend. You came to me the legal way. I feel that. Now, the issue before I get to that was the whole time that they're kind of going back and forth, Julian's doing a lot of talking. And Amara wasn't saying a whole lot. Like, she would try to say something and then he would talk over her and she would stop. You got MJ over here on the other side of her. Speak. Say your part. Say what you need to say. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. So, of course, that's irritating Julian. Like, don't let him talk to you like that. Don't let him tell you to speak. It was a mess. I feel that if Amara would have talked to Julian, it could have potentially went a little bit differently. But if she would have said that she wanted to walk away, I still feel like it would have still been kind of a similar outcome. I don't think he would have let her walk away with a whole lot, but I do feel like they would have came to more of a common ground in the way it did. His ego is hurt. He's losing somebody. He's losing some money. And I feel like that's what this really boils down to, is his ego's hurt. He's losing an artist with potential money. That's what it boils down to. Money. Do I think that he cares about Amara as a person? I think he cares somewhat, yeah. But I think he cares about that money too. So the end of that was Amara finally just said, yeah, I want to end this relationship for the sake of our friendship. Because MJ over there bringing up the whole LA thing again. And Amara was like, I had told him not to do that. I told him not to bring that up to you. I told him not to discuss that. And Julian was like, well, as her man, you should have listened to her and you shouldn't have brought it up. And he was like, well, as a man, you shouldn't have did that. How would you felt if, that was your girl and a guy did that? So but Julian wants to tell his side of the story. He wants to tell his version of what he remembered from the story, from that night. He was like, we both was drinking. And when he said we both was drinking, Amara's eyes got big, like, because apparently that's not what she had told MJ. She didn't tell him that they both was drinking. He said that Julian was drunk, not her. So now he's like, oh, so y'all both was drunk. He was like, yeah, we both was drinking a lot. I got in her bed. I accidentally got in her bed because I had went to the bathroom and I just accidentally got in her bed instead of mine. And it just made it seem like there was more to the story than what she originally told. I just feel like the truth always comes out eventually. Prima Donna, Tip, and Don. They done brought Don down from LA. Of course, they come to talk about Jocelyn. And they just say how horrible of a person Jocelyn is. That's all they sat down around the table to say. Each of them talked about how long they've known her, how long they've had a relationship with her, and she's just a horrible person inside and out. How she uses people, how she just doesn't have any regards for other people's feelings. That's all they said. Just exchanging stories about how she's done people wrong. She's a damaged person and she needs help. And that's just what I think. I think that she's probably gonna went through some things and she's been hurt, and hurt people. And Jocelyn's she probably just needs some help. I watched Jocelyn's other show on Zeus, the Jocelyn's Cabaret. And I think that she's just probably had a lot of rough things happen to her. And some intense therapy is what it would take for her to turn things around. I don't think anybody's completely hopeless. But I think that she would need some help. So Trina's boot camp. This is where we end. They're setting up the boot camp, her and Joy. Nikki is the first one to show up. She comes in. She apologizes. She thanks Trina and Joy for giving her the opportunity to come. Trina's like, okay, girl, you're welcome. Nikki starts looking at the names of the people that are coming. And she's like, I don't even know why half these people are here because I'm better than all of them. So that is where we start to go downhill. That is where she starts to go wrong. That is where she starts to rub Trina the wrong way. Trina's like, come calm it down. Let's not do that. And even Joy was like, Nikki, come on. Like, we gave you a second chance. This is what you did last time that caused you to have a problem. So don't do it again. And she was just like, I'm just saying, you know that I'm better than them. So as she's doing this little, I'm the better one, here comes Suki. And she says, I need to talk to you. And Nikki was like, what do you want to talk about? But she sits down and Suki starts taking off her shoes. She's like, I mean, why are you taking your shoes off? What's this about? She was like, because I sprained my ankle. That's why I'm taking my shoes off. Now, you know, that is a signal when you see somebody taking their shoes off that they getting ready to fight. That's like me taking off my earrings. That means I'm getting ready to fight. So she asks her about the phone. Why did you take my phone? What did you, what was that about? You cost me money. And then they start going at it. And then out of the blue, here comes Hood Brat. And she starts to fight her. So naturally, now Nikki is hollering about, oh, they jumped me, they jumped me, they jumped me. They trying to jump me, they trying to jump me. So Suki goes and get her bag, goes and get Nikki's bag and just throws it in the pool. She was like, there. Now, I threw your shit in the pool. She was like, because you don't stole my phone. Trina and Joy come out the back like, what's going on? Because now it's just a bunch of chaos. She was like, she stole my phone. She stole my phone. She stole my phone. It's just mayhem at this point. And people are just everywhere. You got Nikki over here being held back from security. You got security holding Suki over here. And then you got Hood Brat over here. But they steady trying to get at each other. And you got Trina and Joy trying to calm everybody down and try to figure out what happened. So finally, Trina just gets fed up and said, take Nikki out. Like, get her out of here. And she's like, I'm done. I'm not doing the boot camp. I'm not doing the show. I don't want to put up with this. Cancel the whole thing. So now y'all out of money. Some more money for you, Suki, since you said old girl took your phone and cost you a bag. So now you out of some more money because you did not know how to control your temper. And Hood Brat, you gonna be out of some money and exposure too because you could not control your temper and you fighting a battle that wasn't even yours. So this is an example sometimes where you gotta just let your friends and stuff fight their own stuff. Sometimes you just, girl, I gotta support you over here from the sideline, baby girl. I can't mess up what I got going on over here. But I got you, girl, now. I ain't gonna let nobody, do nothing crazy to you. But I just can't be jumping in for no reason. So now, nobody's gonna be able to do nothing. Everybody out of the money. So we're gonna see, because this is gonna continue next week. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next week. Because Trina gonna go out there and talk to Nikki, because Nikki gonna try to say something to her. And Nikki was like, listen. So I will be here to see what that's gonna be like next week. Till next time. Bye, you guys.